Right, we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to T.Skies Jewelry. We have our special Saturday guest show. We've got a special guest here today. We've got Wade Henderson.
Hello.
Thank you for coming all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, long drive?
Yeah, well, we kind of zoomed through.
Got here on time.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got some beautiful pieces to show you. Wade's got a variety of amazing work. I can't wait to show you some of the little details that I'm getting giddy. And I actually had to stop myself from looking because I started talking about it and I wanted to save that for this show. So we'll be right with you. Stay tuned.
Got it.
There it
Sorry.
is. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We are Turquoise Skies, a jewelry store in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and welcome to our live show. We are going to be showing you jewelry today. This jewelry is not ours; it belongs to Wade. He's a silversmith, Navajo silversmith from the Gallup area. Window Rock. Sorry. Just west of Gallup, Window Rock, on the Arizona side. Everything is handmade. Everything is made by him. He uses really good materials. You're looking at natural corals, natural spiny oysters and shells. We've got turquoise, parasite, some really beautiful pieces to go over. If you haven't been here before, welcome. If this is your first time, this is our jewelry show. We're going to be selling jewelry today. We're going to be putting pieces on the camera one by one. You are welcome to purchase. All you have to do is say sold, and the number that's associated with the piece. We'll have a little number with the piece as it comes out. Once you purchase something, we'll set it aside for you and we'll send you an invoice to your email. So if we don't have your email yet, please share that with us. You can reach us hello@tskies.com. You can find that link in the description below. And you can also find us on our inner circle. We have a private Facebook group just for, have you joined our Facebook group? You're not on the Facebook.
No, not yet.
Our artisans are on Facebook. You can ask questions there. It's a great place to connect. Hello, Amanda. I saw a couple other people joining. Hey, Virginia. Hi, Sal. Hey, Sal, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little while. Welcome back. Hey, Michelle. Once you receive an invoice, you can pay with credit card, with PayPal, we've got some financing options like Klarna and Afterpay that you can use. Hi, Nicole. So just don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. You can contact us here on Facebook on our inner circle or reach out to us hello@tskies.com. So all of that being said, welcome, Wade. Thanks for driving all the way over here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, it's exciting. So how did we connect? How did you find us?
Well, I've been watching the show for a while, a couple months, making jewelry. I'll be watching the show. And then the thought about calling these guys and asking if I could get on the show popped up, and so, but I was kind of hesitant, so I was like, I don't know. And so I gave them a call one afternoon, and then sure enough, they said, well, we'll have you
Come on down.
here.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, and it's really cool to see young artists such as yourself. And you said you're self-taught?
Mm-hmm. For the most part, yeah, self-taught.
Yeah. Incredible seeing an artist such as yourself. He's an up-and-coming artist, everyone. You'll see some of the work that we're going to come up with. Pay attention to this guy. You're going to see his stuff for a long time. You're going to see his stuff in the best galleries around. This is a chance to get some of his early work, and you've been making jewelry for a couple of years now.
About 4 years now.
4 years. So you started in high school.
After high school, actually.
Just when you graduated.
Yeah, after I graduated.
Okay. So 4 years, and I'm really impressed. You just brought out the first bracelet you ever made.
Oh yeah.
And man, you were ambitious when you first started. How long did that take you?
I remember it was like the first year I started, and so it took about like a week, I'd say. And I remember I was kind of scared too. When you start these big projects, you're kind of scared and hesitant at first, but then slowly you have to do it. So slowly I just started bezeling, and then I got the cups, and then I bent the wire, or bent the sheet, and then I stamped it, and then I soldered it all together. And then this is before I had all these equipment and all that, all these tools. And when I first started out, I had those little propane torches from like Home Depot and all that.
Yeah.
And so I went over there, I got the torch, and then that's what I first used when I started out. And I used to make all these small little small thin rings, kind of like tourist type of stuff, stabilized turquoise and all that. And from there, I slowly had to teach myself, you know, the natural turquoise and the gauges and the tools and the different techniques and the stones and the mines. And
There's a lot to learn. The more you learn too, the more you realize there is to learn. It just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just like opened a whole new world of turquoise.
I know this piece isn't for sale, but do you mind showing us on the Zoom camera?
So this piece is not for sale. You said this is your dad's piece now, right?
Yeah, I gave that to him.
So this was his first piece, and when I say first piece, I was like, oh my gosh.
So before I made like simple bracelets, simple like stamp cuffs, this is the first bracelet that I made. It has some imperfections, but that's kind of the reason why I decided to keep it.
See, you got really good at stamping real quick, huh? When
Yeah.
you're doing all these.
Those are just little simple lines.
Yep. But beautiful work. Beautiful work, and especially for a first piece.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that to show.
Yeah.
And those are all lapis too, yeah. And so when I first started out, I did. It was after high school, but then it was during high school that towards the end of the year or senior year that I started to ditch religion class. And so when I did that, graduation came by. They said, "Oh, congratulations!" But they said, "Oh, you got to come back 2 weeks." And so came back, and I was just shoveling compost, digging up stumps, and the garden guy he would pay me $300 every week. And after graduating, that was pretty good. And so I was shoveling compost, and at the end of the week, he would pay me $300. And from there, that was when I started to like look up videos. And I remember watching like some of the T.Skies early videos on just how to make a simple ring and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, that's when I first started out, just watching little videos on how to solder and this and that. And so slowly, I was like, hey, I wonder if I should try it. And so $300 came, went Friday out, went straight to Thunderbird Supply. And then in there is a whole like Walmart in there for supplies. So in there I was just a little kid walking around, the new kid, and buying little stones and pieces of silver. And then I'll go back, then I'll make all these little small little rings and sell them for like $40, $50 here and there. That's what I first started doing. And then slowly I started kind of pushing myself and
evolving.
Yeah. And then when I first started, I started doing cluster work. And when some of my first pieces were just a lot of solder and all this, and it didn't look that good. That's what I started doing was cluster work. And then, of course, Navajos they do stamp work, and so I was like, I gotta try stamp work. And so I went to Lyndon Sosie's shop in Gallup, the stamp
House of Stamps.
Yeah, the House of Stamps, and that's usually where I got all my stamps. And so and then when I get my stamps too, I don't really go for the real intricate stamps. I usually go for the more simple, like a line or a triangle. That's usually what I usually get. And then from there, that's when I use to stamp out like a nice
Design a picture.
Design, yeah, like an inch.
As you're talking about this, I kind of want to show everybody where you're at right now. I'm going to show off number 4 first, actually, because I just want to show, from that first ring, those little rings that you're talking about, look where he is now. Check this out. Wow. No kidding. This is a ring. This is really good. This is
fresh
really
this
high
morning.
quality. You finished it this morning?
Yep. I haven't slept it either.
So this was a, would you say turquoise?
Blackjack.
Blackjack turquoise from
That was a new mine from the Audisons.
Audisons? In around Tonopah, Nevada, and you've got some real natural coral. Of course, look at the different color variation of those natural corals.
I had that for about like 2 years. When I first started, they had the local supply store in Winter Rock had a half off sale, and I could not miss out. And so I bought a bunch of coral, and I kept it since.
And you were talking about when you go get stamps that you buy simple designs, but look at what he turns those simple stamps into. Check that out on the inside. There's basically a storyteller stamp pattern there. That That is very Navajo right there. That with the mountains and the
That
four
was
directions
the whole story too. And then some of those little, I tried to stamp like little kind of like icons from different regions of the res.
Oh, is this Shiprock over here?
Yeah, there's Shiprock. Then there's the Four Sacred Mountains.
Yeah.
Then
Look
down
at
below
the
is
stars.
Windrock, because that's where I'm from. The little hole right there, the Windrock, the bottom part.
Down here.
The bottom.
Next to the clouds, right?
So where the clouds are at.
Oh, up here. I'm sorry. I'm backwards. So I'm looking
So
right here where the
right there's the
window right there.
where there's Windrock, 'cause that's where I'm from. And then right there's what for me that's the mountain right next to it. That's Mount Taylor. And then that's kind of that represents like the south. And then the Monument Valley part.
on this side.
This part, that's the west. And so you have the San Francisco Peaks right beside that. And then when I think of the western part of the res, I think of the Monument Valley and all that. So I put that on that part. And then the north part, which is where the stars at, that's like kind of the night, represents the night.
You got the Big Dipper right there.
The Big Dipper in there, because there's some stories with Navajo too with the Big Dipper, and so I wanted to put that in there. And then on the bottom corners, I put the T.Skies. And then right to the other side is the Mount Hesperus.
Mount Hesperus here with Shiprock.
Yeah, that's Shiprock, and then Mount Blanca.
Mount Blanc.
At least that for me, that's what it represents. But for others, it could just be
Oh no, that's great.
Southwest scenery and all that. But for me, that's what it represents.
That's really cool. Love how you did that.
And then you have the rain clouds, and then the thunder, then the rain too. They say in Navajo there's the male rain and the female rain, and so I kind of put that. With all my pieces, I usually put like some Navajo into it, like a piece of spirituality into it. And so that's usually where I get my inspiration from.
Really amazing. Lots of comments coming in. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, and we've got people across the board.
And then even though with clusters, you don't really see clusters that are stamped in the back, really. And so with all my work, I usually stamp and do. I usually kind of combine the two, clusters and stamp work. And so I usually put those together.
A lot of time you spent on this piece.
A lot of time, all day, all night for those pieces. And that's we'll start with.
And that's thick silver too.
Yep, that's 18 gauge. 18 gauge
Nice.
and 14 gauge shank. So it's nice, heavy silver.
And you're willing to let this go, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So this is everything is handmade, of course. The turquoise, this Blackjack Turquoise. How much is a stone like that coming out of the new claim?
That was like I'm guessing it was $10 a carat because when I paid for it, it was a lot.
Yeah, like 180 or something.
180,
like that.
yep.
So Blackjack is a new claim in the Audisons. If you've seen Turquoise Fever on Amazon Prime, you can see the Audison family mining. That's in the Royston district. And then, these corals are expensive too.
Yeah. Even the turquoise, all natural, untreated. And then the bezel is 18 gauge sheet that I made into the bezel. I cut all those little lines into it. And then the twist wire is square wires. I twisted. The first when I did
you twisted this right here, the square wire.
I had to do that twice. The first time I did it, I used the drill too fast and it kind of kinked up. So I had to scrap that, chuck that out, and then I had to twist out another one.
I love this. So he's talking about this twist wire here. Basically, that square wire. That's a really cool shape that you got out of that. It's a little different. It's almost looks like a drill spiral.
And then the bezel, just to get that stone bezel, it took me literally a whole day because that's thick. And I when I do my work, I kind of perfectionist, and so I want it nice and tight.
Did you use a hammer flex shaft or did you do that by hand?
Which one?
The setting the bezel. That's thick.
I had to use a tool,
Yeah.
and then that barely got into it. And so with my bench, it's all wood, and wood doesn't really do anything to the metal.
Yeah.
And so I just rocked back, and then I slowly.
So it took him a day to set this. This is all hand saw bezel.
It took a day to make the bezel around the stone.
So this is all saw work, hand saw work.
Each one of those little lines.
Yep. Amazing. Anyway, I wanted to show you this first piece. Incredible work. This is where you are now. And you forged each of these buttons here.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna leave it just a regular raindrops, but I was like, with all that work and the stone and the materials, I have to do the shots.
Yep.
So
Take that extra time.
Stayed up all night hammering those out.
Blackjack Turquoise, beautiful. So the price on this piece is $1,300 today. $1,300. This is a size. What size did we say this was? Is this an 8?
Size 8.
Yeah, 8.
Size 8. This is item number 4. We kind of skipped ahead. Wanted to really show this one off. Size 4 is a size 8.
But you were just talking about stamps earlier too. So with the first items, number 1 and number 2, they're like perfect examples of simple designs that just pop.
Yeah, these are my simple designs here, the little studs. I never really did the studs, but they kind of happened by accident, and so people kind of liked it, and so I kind of stuck with it. Especially those little you'll see that.
Number 1, Ohio gozaimasu, Cindy. Number 1, we've got some little silver studs, turquoise studs. $70. We have 2 pairs of these. Each of them are unique because they are handmade. Look how thick they are on thick silver.
Those are 14 gauge silver, so that's like pretty much the sheet that I use for my bracelet.
Wow.
And all those little lines are all individually marked out and then stamped in. Even those little logs there too.
So,
all the little details.
So you have your tool set, your stamps, your straight stamps, and paint these beautiful pictures on silver.
And that's all with one stamp right there. That design is one stamp. And it's just a simple line, That's probably one of my favorite stamps, just that simple line, because I could do all sorts of stuff with it.
What is it? What is it called?
Hogan?
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 I called it a casita. That's my bad. But it's so cute.
The house, yeah, you know.
It's the house. Hogan is a traditional home in the Navajo Nation, and beautiful sterling silver, authentic handmade Hogan by Navajo silversmith Wade Henderson.
Little studs.
Pause.
We're gonna have number one sold to Rose Cordova, and so we do the drum beat.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Thank you.
There's
you, Rose.
one more of these. So Rose has one, and you could be twins with Rose if you buy the other one.
Thank you, Rose. That was first beat of the day.
Yeah.
That thank you drum is something we like to do here to thank you, the artist, of course, where you're learning your techniques from, your teachers. That might be YouTube.
Yeah.
Your culture and sharing some of those pieces from your culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then thank you to you, Rose, for purchasing the piece and helping continue this art and continue supporting our little community. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's item number 1. We do have one more, but let's move on to item number 2, which is the corn blossom or corn stalk.
They're both the same design, but just a little variation.
So we have 2 of these as well. This is item number 2, slightly different, but as all handmade jewelry, not everything is exactly the same. That thick stamp.
Yeah, those are thick gauge sheet. And those are all stamped individually. Even those little the tassel, those little lines, those are all stamped out individually.
I mean, it's such a simple. Like, how many lines is this realistically? And this is such a cute design. I'm going gaga for these ones.
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of reason why I kept it, because originally these go on like on the bracelets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had an accident, so I cut out the little corn out of the bracelet and used that as studs, and pretty much everyone kind of liked it. So.
Oh, wow.
I saw Bob Ross says a happy little accident. Right?
Happy little accident. Now you just have these beautiful studs. These are also $70 if you're interested. This is item number, number 1. Number 2.
That's all right.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then the corn's a big thing in Navajo culture too. To me, I say it's like the spine of Navajo culture. And then back home too, I'll plant a little corn here and there, and so the corn really speaks to me.
Andy's asking if it's a corn flower. Corn no hana desu ka? Is it the flower on top? No, it's what is this? What is this on top?
The tassel.
The tassel on
where
top.
The pollen comes out from.
Yeah, it's just part of the corn and the way it looks. Sold 2. I've been needing some studs. I guess so, Rose. Awesome. Rose is gonna take a pair of studs as well.
Oh, and then we also have Nicole Quinn.
Nicole Quinn's also gonna take a pair of studs.
Yeah, so that's it for the corn stalks. There's still one more set of Hogan earrings.
Okay, thank you, Rose. Thank you, Nicole.
Wonderful.
Nicole, for Nicole, I wonder if you wanted me to bring that home back for you.
Okay.
But just let us know though if you want me just to take it back for you.
That's right. If you're local in town, no Rose Cordova, we will hold your stuff for pickup. Just let us know. If you are in another country, let us know. And there's international shipping there, and we'll let you know what the international shipping costs are and everything. Or if you just want it standard USPS shipping, we can do that. Okay, item number 3.
Oh wow.
Tell me what's going on here.
Well, those are just simple little earrings, little gas money items. When I usually look at old jewelry books, old American Indian jewelry books, and so one of the earrings way back then, like the Pueblos and like the Hispanics when they were silversmithing, like the filigree, the wire works. That's kind of where I got that from. And so you don't really see that, so maybe bring it back. And the crescent, I use that crescent shape a lot in a lot of my work.
Still very much see that Southwestern culture here. Got those 3 drops.
Mm-hmm.
This lapis, you say?
Yep, those are the natural lapis. Tiny.
Tiny little. The price on this is item number 3. The price is was it 79?
70.
70?
We agreed on 80.
Or 80. It was 80, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know these are 70.
$10 more than those studs.
Yeah.
So $80 for item number 3.
And those are the only ones like that.
One of a kind.
And then those are the small, simple earrings. We'll slowly move up into the bigger earrings.
You've
We're
got
just gonna show this again.
just got to show this one more time. This is item number 4. Item number 4, the cluster ring. We went into great detail. If you missed that, you can go towards a little bit earlier in the show. But we're selling this piece for $1,300. Does qualify for layaway. If you, what is your hallmark on here?
It's in the middle of the ring shank.
Okay,
way in the
that's
ring
really hard to see on camera. It's right up under here. Can you see it under there?
Kind of.
Let's see
Not
if-
really. Might have to pick another.
Let me pick another piece and we
But-
can show you.
It'll have my
There it is. Beautiful.
WH, and then I'll usually do the Navajo stamp too. The 925, I don't worry about that because all my work is 925. I don't play around with.
Everything's sterling silver. We've
Yep.
got that storytelling on the back. We went all into that symbolism and the representation of the mountains and where that comes from.
One of a kind.
1,300 layaway. What is the layaway payments on that?
For 1,300, we're gonna divide that by 4. Just grab my calculator.
325.
325. Okay. And then let me just kind of leave a. There's also Klarna.
So Teresa is asking how layaway works. If we can get camera 1. So there's actually a couple different payment options outside of PayPal and credit card. We've got Klarna and Afterpay, which are third-party systems, and when you're checking out, you can select one of those options. They'll finance the piece for up to 2 years, and you'll get your piece right away. They basically fund it, and then you work with them with the details. If you want to do our in-house layaway, we have to have a cart value of either one or more items of $400 or more, and we require 25% down, which is a minimum of $100, and 25% a month until the piece is paid off. Okay, so number 5, we've got another bracelet. Tell me about this bracelet.
I think it's a medium. That one is probably one of my favorite bracelets. And so when I do my bracelets, like with the row cuff, I had another one that was a Sonoran gold. When I do my bracelets, I usually will stamp the inside of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see that, but the stamp work that I do is more. I kind of leaning more towards like pictorial designs now, whereas before I used to do like the actual like stamp designs, but now I kind of like the little pictorials.
So he's got a story going on. We've got the Hogan and Yucca that cornstalk, the mountains, rain clouds, diamonds, and there's a teepee in there.
Yeah, TB, there you go, little peyote button.
Little peyotes.
All those are all individually stamped out too.
So my wrist is a size 6.5. This is a little big. This is a size 7. It's a 5 and 3/4 with a 1 1/4 inch gap.
Yeah.
Let me get camera 3 on that. See if we can get that better angle. Face. There we go.
There we go.
And that's blue nephrite jade.
Blue nephrite jade. I haven't seen many people using the blue nephrite jade. Let me put that back on this camera. It's easier to see.
How many are on
Oh,
there? That's
there's-
a big bracelet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. We call this a row bracelet. Nice thick silver.
Usually with the row, I usually do 9. Sometimes you'll see like 5, 3, but I usually go 9.
You just gotta hope you have a big wrist so you can get more stones on there, right?
You can open it a little bit. This could be anywhere from a 6.5 to a 7 and probably 3/4.
I made small bracelets that are row cuffs too, like this. But this is a bigger size.
Yeah, no kidding. That's nice. What is the price on this one? You have that one, Gabs?
We have $550. That's pretty good.
$550 for a handmade.
One of a kind. I
Can
like
you show us
that.
the inside again?
That stamp work. Yep.
Thank you.
So those diamonds kind of like represent the 4 sacred mountains, and to me, life with like Navajos, you know, life with when you're in with these 4 sacred mountains, pretty much life's good. Or pretty much life's taken care of.
Yep.
1 1/4 gap?
1 1/4 gap. Let me get a measuring tape to confirm that. That's what I felt with my wrist, my measuring wrist.
This is my measuring hand.
Okay. So
And then those are all bezel cups too, or yeah, bezel cup. So then the bezel's not really solid.
yeah, 1 1/4 inch on that. 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4 there on the gap. So it's a size 7. I can squeeze it down. I didn't want to, but I can.
Yeah, it's pretty soft.
There we go. That's great. I'm a 6.5 inch wrist, and I just squeeze that down a little bit, and now that's fitting great. So I think anywhere between a 6.5 and a 7.5, this would be great. It's a Nephron jade.
Nephrite.
Nephrite.
And then there's jadeite jade, and then there's nephrite jade. Jadeite jade is like that lime, that green, like what we see in like Kung Fu Panda and all that. Like that's really popular back east. The nephrite jade, they like it, but it's not really in high demand.
Very different. I don't see many of this, especially in Southwest Jewelry. It's kind of cool to bring that in to one of your pieces.
I seen that for a while, and so I was like, I should try that out, and so I made a row cuff.
Nephrite jade, Amanda. Oh, you brought me some feathers.
Oh yeah. Oh, my uncle, he usually goes hunting every now and then, and last month he got a couple of turkeys on the near Roof Butte in the T.Skies, and so I knew Shep wears feathers in his hat, so I was like, hey,
We need to take a time out real quick for Miss Amanda Moreno.
Oh, Amanda's gonna take that number 5.
Number 5, the bracelet.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Oh man, thank you, Amanda.
You owe her a drum.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for the feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5 is gone.
No,
No.
there's still more, guys.
There's a lot of rings coming up. Are you ready for these? Number 6.
That one's natural Eldorado turquoise.
Eldorado.
Never really heard of that mine, but it's natural. And right here's some of the rough too that I got.
Oh yeah, bring them out.
And so when I capped this stone, it was kind of like this.
Yeah.
These little nuggets, kind of these little rocks. There's a little chunk, probably the size of that, and so it was all blue, and so I capped it up, and I had a couple of others too, and this is the only one that's kind of like this bright blue out of my whole lot of rough that I got from the Eldorado, and the other Eldorado stuff is kind of like this stuff.
So you're doing all of your own stonework too.
This one's probably like the better one. Then this one has like some green in it. Then this
Oh yeah,
one's
this is gonna be a good one.
yeah. Then this one's mostly blue. It has some brown matrix in it. But this one is mostly the all blue. And I only have like 2 stones that were like this. And so that's all natural, cut by me. And that's a high dome too.
High dome. That is that nice rise of that.
The stone.
That stone sticking out of that high-rise bezel.
Then
Handmade bezel.
Yep, the bezel 18 gauge. That was a remainder of this one too. The strip off of that, so I used that for that one.
And you hand stamp these.
The little railroad.
You must have had to nail that pretty good to be able to squeeze that down on that stone.
And then the little forged out the little buttons. You probably noticed too that little the stamp design. I kind of use that for a lot of my ring shanks because I kind of stuck to that one.
Size on this is size 7.
Size 8.
Size 8.
Now it's all natural. I try to get it to that where it's just all blue, but of course turquoise being a rock, there's a little matrix here and there.
There's your, right
Got a
there's
little hint of matrix right there
Little
on the
inclusion,
side.
yeah. But that's all natural, El Dorado.
Beautiful. I mistook it for Sleeping Beauty when I first saw it.
Yep, I was like, oh no, that's El Dorado. It looks like Sleeping Beauty though. You could pass off, but
Yeah.
you gotta be honest though.
What is the price on this, Gebs?
$250.
$250 for item number 6.
I like that you brought the stones with you too. You know, it's a really good before and after.
Yeah,
How
I
much
do like
you
to
do.
show people that too, the process and all that.
Item number 6.
Especially for what you're paying and what you're getting, you want to know.
Yeah. There's a lot of history going into these items.
Next we have number 7.
Number 7 is a natural Chinese turquoise.
And do you have this stones from this as well?
I do, but then when I got the turquoise out of the lot,
Yep.
it was mostly this type of material,
Okay.
and I got a big cap out of that stuff too. But then on the bottom of the box, there was this little black little nugget down there, and so I decided to take it, and then I had it for a while, and so when I heard about the show, I decided to cut it. And it kind of reminds me of that, like the Parasite with that yellow and green. And that is all natural. And that turquoise, when I was cutting it, was almost harder than the black rock too itself.
Oh, really? The host material
Yeah,
is...
because that was nice, hard. There's not a lot, but it's nice and bright in there.
It really like contrasts it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some of the same material from around the same miner.
Both Chinese, natural Chinese. Different variation.
Different color, different hue, but still beautiful stone.
Mm-hmm.
What is the price on this?
$265.
$265.
And that one's all natural. Then that one will look like the next ring coming up too. You'll see.
And that one was a
this on
size 7.
$265? I thought it was
I think it was 260.
Is it? Okay, just making sure. Okay, that's item number 7.
Oh yeah.
And then all the rings are all stamped out too. The ring shank, and for the big rings, the plate itself will be stamped. But for these small ones, it'll usually just be the ring shank. And they're pretty thick too, 16 gauge, and for the ring bands, that's usually the lowest I go is 16.
So he's talking about the gauge that he uses, the thickness, which he uses a very thick
The
silver.
back plate, that one's I don't even know what gauge that one is. That one's thick though.
Look at that beautiful sun.
And of course, I always gotta stamp my work. Whenever I see a big empty space, I just gotta fill it. I gotta stamp it.
What's the green again?
Power shell.
Power shell. I keep wanting to say wampum, and it's like not even close to wampum. There we go. We've got that lapis centered in that flower cluster of the Powa shell. It kind of has that abalone look, that iridescence that the shell brings. Really pretty. This is a size
A size 6.
size 6. Sterling silver. The price on this piece?
We're gonna take it. We're gonna take $350.
$350. Nice thick band.
And all that stamp work too.
Takes a long time to do that stamp work,
Mm-hmm.
and especially once you do everything and and you get stamping, and then you're like, oh, I really want to make sure that my math is good.
Yeah, that's how you with these big pieces. I gotta use all these dividers and mark out everything and make sure everything's precise. Of course, it's handmade, and it's not exactly gonna be perfect, but I try my best.
Got a lot of focus there.
Especially with the stamp where too, you don't want that the stamp to fill in with the solder, and so you gotta be careful about that part too.
Right. You want to get solder in those cracks and those stamps. That's number 8. Number 9. Ooh, this looks much more traditional.
Yeah, that one's a Sleeping Beauty coral cluster. That one's heavy too. That one's 18 gauge.
Wow. Those corals are so red.
Mhm. And then the B shots, of course, on the sides. And then the twist wire, that one's square wire too. And then the back too, again, it's stamped. All my work is stamped.
Zoom out a little bit. This is item number 9. The price on this piece?
$3.90.
$3.90.
Size 7.
Size 7. The Sleeping Beauty and real, looks like Mediterranean coral. Just that natural color. You always look for that slight variation color with those corals.
Mm-hmm. That one I got from a different place than the other, and you could tell the difference from the turquoise color. That nice deep red.
Alright, that is item number 9. Let's take a break from rings for a second. Show off some of your earrings.
And then when I do my earrings, I usually make them nice and big. And again, I always use that crescent shape. Because you can't go wrong with that crescent shape.
There we go. Here's another representation of that Paua shell.
These are all the earrings that I usually do, these kind of pairs.
Where's Olivia? Are you over there, Olivia?
Huh? Yes.
Do you have an ear for demonstrating?
I do have an ear.
Oh, you didn't wear earrings today. That's weird.
And those are red Spiny Oyster and again the green Paua shell.
I've never seen the power shell before, so I love this green color. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's finished here with these comfort backs, which is nice when you have the bigger earrings.
Yeah.
And you've got, here we go. Olivia's going to demonstrate for us. I'm going to just point that camera down to Olivia height. There she is.
I am short.
There you go. Ooh. There we go. Beautiful.
That nice iridescence too when it moves around.
Even though they are big, they're not like overwhelming or anything. How do they feel?
They're pretty comfortable. Yeah, the backings definitely help. But yeah.
These.
Nice. What are the price on these earrings?
$400 for the pair.
Wow, $400. That's a great deal.
That's a really good price.
One of a kind. Those took a while, especially to polish. You gotta be careful.
I
with that.
bet.
We've got the hallmarks on the back here, just to show. We've got the stamp. We've got Wade Henderson, WH, and then on this side, Navajo. Great. $400. I think that's a really good deal for those earrings.
You never really come across earrings like that.
That's a lot of spiny too.
Yeah, nice, big and bold.
That's item number 9.
Ooh, can I see that with the Pua ring actually, or did we sell that one?
Which one? Oh, the ring?
Yeah.
Oh, with the lapis?
Yeah, the Pua and the lapis. I just want to see them together.
There you go.
Ooh. My God, it's fit for a queen.
Then you got this one too.
Yeah, then you have that ring on the other side. You just start. Then
Dang.
since you have turquoise, you can wear something turquoise. Yeah.
Thanks for indulging me, guys.
Okay, number 10. You said you made this out of ingot.
And then this one is all ingot silver.
So if anybody knows what an ingot is, basically he melted his own bark. We call it ingot. A lot of times you'll have like the scrap and the pieces of silver that you haven't used with other things, and to reclaim it, you'll pour it back into an ingot or that block.
Oh, correction, this is number 11.
I don't know.
Oh,
If we
this one was
Because you just showed the shell earrings.
oh,
That
the
was
shell
number 10.
rings with 10? Okay.
There we go. Thank you guys.
Yeah, then the ring to get the metal, it was I got a little block of tufa. Yeah, then I carved out just a little strip for a little ingot bar. And then I got the silver. And then I poured the silver into it. And then it was just a little flat bar. And then when I think of ingot, I think of it as like the really old Navajo way, which is like hammering it out. And so I got that ingot, and then I just hammered it out flat, and even as possible, I didn't really measure it, but I tried to just go by looking at it. And so every time I hit it, I would try to anneal it, and then look at it, see if it's where the parts that are thicker, where the parts that are thinner, and then try to get it as flat and even as possible. The bezel and the plate and the ring band is all ingot. And that bezel too was a piece of that ingot bar that I melted, and I had to hammer it out to a thin strip, a thin long strip. And then out of that thin long strip, I had to cut my strip out, that straight 90-degree edge strip. And so from that, I got my bezel. And then the ring shank again is all hammered out. Then you can kind of see the texture too on the inside of the band from the hammer.
Yep.
And that's all hammered out. And then the turquoise is natural Persian turquoise too. And then when I bought the turquoise,
Yeah, bring over your turquoise.
there was the little piece, kind of they call it like potato nuggets, because they're kind of shaped to a cabochon already in a rough. And so I got that, and it had a bunch of pyrite in it, but I didn't think it would be this blue though, because it was kind of dull. And so when I cabbed it out, all that blue and all that pyrite really came out, and it kind of reminds me of like a dragon egg or dinosaur egg or something.
Right now, this is a 6.5, Susan. We could probably bring it up to a 7 if you needed to, but much more than that would be difficult.
And then the turquoise was like this.
Get down just a little bit.
There we go.
It was a little nugget like that. And there you can see all that pyrite.
Bring it down just a little bit. Get it in focus. There we go.
Oh, right there. You see all that pyrite in there. And so that stone is basically kind of like, it was this one. It was just a smaller one, and then that I cabbed out, and then set into the ring. And for the stone, I wanted like a nice stone, because again, for all that work, and so the stone, it was natural, and so I cabbed it out, and so I figured it would suit this piece.
The thing about ingot silver too is it ends up being more pure than sterling silver, because some of usually you purchase sterling silver and you have scrap, and then you'll melt that to pour into your ingot, and a lot of times that process of reclaiming the silver will start to take some of the impurities out. And so this is typically ingot silver is slightly more than 92.5% silver. Geraldine Begay, he said that his relatives used to pour, and then a cheap method to get that silver flat was to get up really early in the morning and climb up onto a hill and put it on the train track, and then let the train run it over, and then that would flatten it out. And so great. We've got a size 12 coming up, Saul.
Oh, can we see this one more time?
One more time. Okay, size. This is number 11.
All hammered out silver, the sheet, the bezel. Not to mention I had to stamp out everything, nicely, not to mess up. And then the stone is all natural, that nice clear blue.
So this one is going for $300, everybody.
300.
6.5.
Size
You can
6
take
and
it
a
up
half.
to 7 if you want to. I think isn't size 12 coming up actually?
It's the last one. We've got 4 away.
Oh,
So
pause.
Lisa's gonna take it.
Oh,
Alright.
thank you, Lisa. A lot of work went into that one.
I love your bezels. They're somewhat hypnotizing.
And then you can see all those the saw marks too on the side of the bezel too.
Yeah. I don't know. They don't look like saw marks. They just look like you loved every minute of making this piece.
That piece kind of the whole thing kind of goes together, the lines and everything.
Ooh, number 12.
Number 12.
Hello.
Hello, Lavender. Looks like some Golden Hills to me. Looks like Brenda Thompson's going to take number 9.
Number 9.
Oh,
Let's go back for a
Sleeping
second
Beauty
for number
custom.
9 for
Let's just
For
show this off
Barbara.
for a second. Barbara Thompson's going to take
Thank you, Barbara.
beautiful number 9.
number 12.
Number 12, Golden Hill.
That one has some nice wire work. I never really do too much wire work, but this one is where I really went all out.
Oh, you sure did.
That reminds me of my favorite marble I had growing up. The centerpiece of it.
Your favorite marble?
Yeah. Come on.
Don't y'all have a favorite marble, everyone?
I hope you guys do.
Yeah, that's beautiful. 3 stone. What size are we looking at here? Size 8?
Size 8.
And then with that, I was just gonna leave it as a stones, but then I was like, I should add some more onto it.
I like his band.
I did all those wire work.
So I love when you do your bands here, and I think I saw another one like this where it is a band basically, and then you take your saw and you cut down and turn it into that split shank.
Yeah.
So you get that spreading, that split shank. But that only goes about halfway down because then it comes back together and you have your stamp work. Really cool.
Mm-hmm.
This one is $250.
$250. That's a great deal for.
That's one of my favorite pieces too. Yeah.
And I see what you mean with the Spanish style filigree.
Yeah.
I like that.
Nice thick ring, size 8. Number.
Pause.
Who's gonna take it first?
12.
Okay.
Look,
All right.
It looks like Nicole beat you to it, Amanda.
Oh.
Amanda's usually our sniper. She sits up in the tree, and as soon as she sees something, she'll get it. But it looks like Nicole beat you to it, Amanda.
Thank you, Nicole.
Nicole is the winner.
That's a great price.
And again, did you want that one? Want me to take that one back for you too? Number 12.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Earlier she said to give it to her mom. Isn't it nice being such a tight community? Like, I don't know. It's convenient. There we go. Congratulations.
Number 13. This is Sleeping Beauty, right?
Yeah, that was a small, simple piece. And originally, that diamond that was supposed to be for the bracelet, but then the bracelet, I had a mistake with the bracelet, so I decided to
Turn it into a ring.
turn it into a ring. So I sawed out that the diamonds, filed it down, and then put a simple Sleeping Beauty stone on it. And then again, the ring shank is the ring band is stamped too. That was the first one that I did with those that railroad design. And so I was like, hey, I should just make it go all the way around. And so that's where
I like the arrows.
Yeah,
though.
so that was the first piece where I got that kind of design from.
Sleeping Beauty, cute little.
The smallest of all the rings.
What is the price on this one?
This one is $140.
Wow, $140. That's still a really good deal.
Mm-hmm. Then
It's not a size 7 because that's what I wrote down.
That feels like a size 7 to me.
yeah, it was a size
Okay.
7. I remember that one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then that one was a 16 gauge and 14 gauge, so it's pretty thick.
Talking about the thickness of the band and the thickness of the back plate there.
And then all stamped a little bezel cup too.
There you go.
I didn't realize it was a 4
$140.
design at first. Really cool. All right. Timeout. Kathleen Miller is the winner of number 13.
Congratulations, Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Coming up to the end of this, but then we're going to do a lightning round, okay?
Okay. We have two more. Two more until we got, or one more until we get to your size 12 saw. This looks like Parasite.
Oh, so that one's a new Parasite mine. It's called Colina Verde.
Is that in the Lander County area?
It's in the Tonopah area.
Tonopah. So it's in that Royston area.
And it's all natural, mined by one man team.
Beautiful spiderweb Parasite.
Mm-hmm. And right here, some of the rough too.
Okay, cool.
This one you kind of see that green.
Yep.
And then a little bit more of the green in there too.
Yep, I like those colors.
And then this one's the same mine, but different variation. And he took these out at 2 different times, so you could see them. This one was the first one, and then this one kind of later came out. And so
Did you buy them by the pound?
I bought them by the gram.
By the
He usually
gram.
he usually puts out just a little bit,
Oh, I see.
but it's natural, new Parasite. So
Can I double check the size of which one?
Number 4?
oh, that was 8.
Number
The
4.
big one, the big guy.
Oh, the yeah.
Let's just let me just get the size here just to double check, make sure. Yes, that's like right on the money. Amanda, size 8.
And you got the whole Navajo landscape, the whole pretty much the reservation stamped on that ring.
Yeah,
You got the whole city.
you got the
too.
whole, and you got the creator of the piece, the artist telling the story on video.
Yeah.
All right.
She's gonna take it. She's
Oh,
gonna
and
take she's gonna take number 8.
Number 8.
Thank you.
Or are you saying sold because it was size 8? Let's double check on that, Amanda. Did you want number 4, or did you want just to confirm here?
I think it's number 4 that we're still talking about, right?
Okay, so this is number 8, and this is, and then
She wants 4.
that's what I thought. Okay,
Oh man.
It's okay, no worries.
Thank you, Amanda.
There we go. Size 8.
That
oh,
was
look at that smile.
fresh
You
off the bench this morning. Still haven't slept yet for making that piece. Thank you very, very much. I get some more chicken food and
I just
some more
got
things.
goosebumps a little bit. We get this moment every now and then.
Mm-hmm. It's my first show here too.
When someone makes a piece like this and sells it on the show, you can just feel, like I could feel you, like it's pretty awesome. Thank you, Amanda.
The newest piece, the latest and greatest, literally.
And
Uh-huh.
just the amount of work that went into that piece too.
Can we go back to 14 for the Parasite Ring, just for last looks,
Back to
before we go
14.
to the number 12? So that's the Parasite.
All natural Parasite. It has some more yellow tones, but this one's nice.
This one is $250 at a size 7.5.
Size 7.5, $250.
Mm-hmm. Those are all 16 gauge plates, so pretty nice and thick. Everything's stamped out. That one's a split shank too. And then the wire I twisted out from square wire too.
Nice. That's item 13. And then we've got 14.
This is 15. This is your last baby.
Okay. Number 15
Yeah.
is going to be size 12.
That was the biggest ring that I made in terms of size. And that was all natural blue diamond. And blue diamond, you can kind of see that black shirt, the matrix.
Yep. I always called it the calico because you have brown and black. It's like a picture frame. You kind of have a shadow box effect a little bit too. There's a little bit of a space there between the flat bezel and the bead wire here, and it kind of creates a little shadow box around it. Did you notice that?
It's
That's
like
cool.
a painting of a deep, deep ocean.
Yeah, like get that bird's eye view of the ocean. Square ring, size 12. Taking a look at that.
Wow.
That one I had for a
Shank.
while too.
What is the price on this one?
Oh my god, really? 180.
$180.
I had it for a while because no one's a size 12 out back home.
I know one guy.
He was up here earlier.
There he is.
So,
you got it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
He's got lots of stuff on this table.
Mm-hmm. And here I only brought a couple of things too.
No worries.
So is this Parasite number 14 then?
Yes.
Okay.
And number 13 was the Sleeping Beauty. Which is gone. Which was.
Oh, that was the big one, the big cluster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, they're both gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both gone.
Okay, so I think that's about it. We can go back through the pieces that we've seen already real quick as a lightning round. But if you've joined us and you missed a lot of the show, please don't hesitate to ask any questions about some of these pieces. And we will be posting pictures of whatever still needs a home after the show in our inner circle. So if you haven't joined yet, please join our inner circle. We're going to put a link in the description below. That's our private Facebook group. That's where we communicate a lot of this stuff. And so, oh, I'm sorry, Leah, the Parasite Ring's too big. Okay, so I'm going to do a lightning round just real quick and go back through the pieces that we have left.
Real quick, we do have a question for the artist. Inspiration for number 3.
Inspiration for number 3, this one.
Oh, that was from looking at old jewelry from way back then, like the early Pueblo earrings and the kind of the Hispanic filigree work. That's where I kind of got that inspiration.
Beautiful. That's number 3.
So this is item number 3. The price on that?
Price on number 3 is $80.
$80 for those earrings. And
So-
Jill's gonna take them.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wade, do you believe in there's any companion pieces you've made for number 4?
No, that was the only one. I have some more. I could make some big clusters, but you just have to.
What do you want, Amanda?
I got purple spiny. I got cloud mountain. I got more coral.
How about?
I think
It
she
just
wants
takes. It just takes time though.
Yeah,
Then
you're gonna have to come back.
And link Wade's Instagram over here so that when he does have more pieces, if you see something you like, you'll know where to find him.
You know what? If you can think of something to match that the blackjack turquoise and coral, that cluster, you're gonna have to bring.
Oh,
it.
is this for Amanda?
Yeah.
Maybe because these are natural stones, and so they only sell out just a couple,
Yeah.
and so
If
it'd be kind of tricky to get some more blackjack.
if
Especially like if for earrings, like pairs, it'd be hard.
if next time you come back, you have to bring it. If you end up figuring something out by then.
But that blackjack is one of my favorites, so I'm pretty sure I'll be getting some more.
Number 10, Janie wants to take a look at number 10, which are the earrings.
All my earrings, I make them like this. I made them pink shell, lapis, turquoise.
And so this is what we call the. Do you have a name for this design?
I don't know. I kind of think it just as like my crescent earrings, or Wade's big earrings.
Wade's big earrings. Power shell and the redder spiny oyster, which is a deeper, not quite as deep as the purple spiny oyster, but usually a lot of this stuff comes from the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, that purple was. I've been asking for purple, but he never has it.
No, it doesn't have. They ban the cultivation of it.
The only one I find purple is Mr. Red Shell.
Yeah, Mr. Red.
And I got
the
a
gal-
nice.
They call him the Spiny Oyster
Yeah.
King. I got one of my first bracelets there from him. That's item number 10, and the price on that is $400.
Yeah, then you can see that. Oh, you can see that iridescence right there. In the power shell.
Yep.
It look better in the sunlight too.
No website, just an Instagram, and then of course join our inner circle if you want to ask questions and stuff. Sal, can you bring more large rings next time?
I can, yeah. It takes time though.
Yeah, it takes time.
Especially to stamp all that.
Yeah. Let's see, we've got size 9 and 10 rings, please, next time. There you go. Got some requests.
Yeah.
Rachel's wanting some earrings. Michelle loves your work. Definitely come back. Lots of coming backs.
Oh, and then one thing too is the bands. I don't really do adjustables. I usually like to do my bands like the split shank because it kind of becomes part of the design.
Part of the
itself,
design?
too, yeah. And plus, I've like repair or resize some adjustables and.
There was one ring I saw out here that you could totally make it adjustable. It was that Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, that small one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or have you ever
pause.
done something like this before?
I've been looking at
Where
something.
you solder it like on one, and then you can open and close it, and then you kind of make the spiral into the design, you know. Sold number 7.
Number 7, that's going to be the natural Chinese turquoise.
Oh, thank you.
That's the natural Chinese turquoise.
Was that the right one?
No, I've got the
The Eldorado.
El Dorado turquoise.
Okay, I might have my labels a little mixed up. Let's look at them.
Okay, let's look at it, Michelle. Let's make sure that this was what I have for number 7. El Dorado.
Oh yeah, Enola, I also agree. Can you make some items for smaller people too? Please?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
usually,
make it for everybody.
yeah. I usually make my pieces like for like
That's
small.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Okay,
All right.
thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
I had it down as number 6. I apologize.
It's funny watching these guys on YouTube than actually being here.
Yeah. How's it
Hitting
feel
the
to be on
drum.
this side of the camera?
So we still have the silver Hogan, at least one pair of
Yep,
those.
we've got one.
Still-
Number one, we've got one pair of the studs left. The sterling silver Hogan earrings. This is item number one for $70. Nice thick silver. We've got number 8, which is the Chinese turquoise hand cut. Let's help Wade sell out. Got
Yeah.
a couple pieces left. Number 9. I don't know how to my number 9 thing. Is the, or this was this one number 8? I'm totally backwards.
That was number 8. Don't worry, I got you. I got your back.
Okay,
This one, this really cool ring.
$350 for this one.
Yes. Born and raised in Gallup, New Mexico, says Enola Keller. Love your work.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Number 9 went.
This is my second show actually, like putting my work out there.
Well, it seems to be working out pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I just have all these in my drawer.
You saw him here, everyone. You're going to see Wade from years to come. You're going to see his work in galleries for sure. You'll be winning some art competitions.
That's the one thing I want to do is try to get into these juried art shows.
We're thinking about doing an art show here at T.Skies just to show off some of our artisans and some of their work. That is number 14. The last one I showed was that Parasite. It's a Tonopah area Parasite, Shelly.
Colina Verde.
Colina Verde, Western Nevada. Nice. What's the price on this one?
That one is $250.
$250. That feels like a size 8.
Yeah, I think that was
7.5 is what I jotted down. 8 is probably a better.
Yeah, it's size 7.5.
God, that's such a cool green.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's a bookmark too that I want to show you guys.
Yeah, these aren't for sale, but these are more work that we really want you guys to see.
Yeah,
And go
so
over to camera 2
Yeah,
for us.
show it off.
this one is it was a gift for one of my grandmas, and so you can see all that. And this is probably like to really showcase my stamp work. You've seen that the big clusters, but this is kind of like what I do for my stamp work.
Oh my gosh.
And so there you have the 2 deities. And then with these, you have a whole story along with these. And then you have your 4. You have your 4 diamonds there, your 4 sacred mountains, your 4 worlds. 4 is really big in Navajo, and so I usually see that in my work. And of course, the rain clouds, the thunder, that chain lightning. That chain lightning has been important though. And then of course we're in the desert and rain. It hasn't been rained yet. We're still waiting for rain. And then the mountains.
I don't know if anyone's experienced thunderstorms in the Southwest, but they're pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And very.
And since they're that powerful, they have some significance. That chain lightning, then the mountain, and then of course the corn stalk. So in a way, it's kind of like when you're in Navajo land, or when you're in these 4 sacred mountains, or when you live your life, the corn pond way, what have you, it kind of all plays together. And so you live there in the 4 sacred mountains, life's good, everything's taken care of for you. Hopefully the rain comes, and when the rain comes, it comes down the mountains, goes down into your cornfields. Hopefully you get some big corn that year. And then there's a little Hogan. This Hogan, you see all those little pine trees? Those are the pine trees. So it's kind of like a setting in the mountains.
Is that your grandma's house?
No, mountain to me is like life in the desert. Everything comes from the mountains, or the mountain at least provides. I say.
Your grandma will be very proud of you.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the pine trees. Then right there is that yucca, my favorite part. There's that yucca, and then right next to it is that little hummingbird.
That's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't thinking about adding that, but I was like, yeah, I could fit that in. And that's all stamp work too, just from 3 little stamps. And then right in the very corner is call it Ariagadum. And I call it Ariagadum because it plays a part in Navajo too. And so you got your yucca, then you got your Ariagadum. And so pretty much the mountain setting. And so this is a bookmark.
That's a thick bookmark.
And then there's a 16 gauge too. Got my initial, the year.
Awesome.
So this is what everyone is looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. So in terms of my stamp work, this is what I like to do.
Will you ever make bookmarks for sale? Maybe next time.
This was the first one I with, but then says I did all these intricate designs, like I couldn't sell it. But yes, if you want, I could do a whole desert landscape for you on your bookmark.
That'd be awesome. Looking forward to having you back. I think a lot of us are. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Wade, for coming and driving all the way here.
Thank you for having me on here, even though I got a flat tire outside.
You got a flat tire on the way here. We're gonna go see if we can't change his tire after the show and get that taken care of. I hope maybe we can get you over to the Discount Tire and get that taken care of. That'd be nice. If you
Yeah,
have
I think we just gotta take off the tires and put the donut back on.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back. We're going to be taking Monday off. It's a holiday, and everyone's going to be taking that day off. We'll be back on Tuesday, and we've got some other great shows coming up this next week. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or if you need anything. If you purchase something today, we will be sending you invoices to your email. Great. Hakone.
Thank you, Amanda.
Bye.